4, go.
Hi there, guys. So today we are going to be going over some concepts that are integral to your understanding of evolutionary biology and biology as a whole, particularly pertaining to this class. So I know that very frequently when we are trying to explain evolution, we start throwing in all this other stuff. But I want to make sure that you know that evolution is very cut, clean, and dry, not in the process, but the definition. I want to give you the most basic definition. Evolution is the change in allele frequency over time, okay? So if anybody asks you, what's the definition of evolution? You say the change in allele frequency over time. Now, we can break that down a little bit, okay? So what is an allele? An allele is one possible form of a gene. So a gene. You're usually born with two. A big A, for example, or a little a, or a little a and a little a. That's all you need to know. It's the possible form of a gene. Now, over time means through generations. So through generations. So that means that this allele frequency is changing over generations. So evolution is the change in allele frequency over time. So the genes, and whether or not the population is getting alleles like this, alleles like this, or an allele like this, through generations. Now let me emphasize to you that evolution is non-directional. Now, when I say that, I want to mean that it is not goal-oriented, it is not linear, and it's not directional. So take, for example, whales. Whales began in the water, then became terrestrial mammals, and then went back to the water. Now, it does not produce, evolution does not produce better or more perfect traits. What it does do is it acts upon available variation. So it acts upon those variable mutations and alleles that are available to them. It does select for adaptations that are advantageous to a particular set of circumstances, but not necessarily others. So an example that I really like is during the Industrial Revolution, there was a type of wood moth. And the wood moth, the color of their wings, it was white, and it matched what the bark of the trees were. Now, when the Industrial Revolution came about, there was a lot of soot in the sky, and it was coating the trees outside the factories to be black. So those moths that were born with the mutation to have black wings were no longer being eaten or seen by predators. Therefore, they had a greater likeliness of surviving and living to pass on their alleles. The ones that were born with white wings were now being picked off by the predators.